Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is the 22nd race in season number 2 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here at the Talladega Super Speedway for the Alabama 500. It is a 28-lap race here today. No pit stops in the race, and after this one, we will eliminate 4 more drivers from the chase. So the guys are kind of on the bubble right now. Our Darlin Kenyon, you see him on the screen there in the number 1. He is right now last in points. Got Caleb Hoffman. He's 11th right now. I know Cavagnaro is not in right now. He won here at Talladega earlier this season. And I forget who the other driver is. Let me just... Hold on just a minute. Do you want to connect with Kyle Busch? MRN. Yeah, I don't feel like it. Okay, I'm sorry. While I kind of get this up here, let me see. Let's get to the starting lap. Stuart Gratton is on the pole. Alongside him, it is Garrett Zenor in the 16. Then we got Darlin Kenyon, Tristan Walker, Mason Powers, Warren Henniger, Max Neuwirth, Tyler Selsman, Mitchell Millian, Justin Roberts, Cameron Gaju, Jacob Reed, Roger Caruth, Riley White, Caleb Hoffman, L.J. Mills, Dean Wickard, Cameron Garlington, Nicholas Amadeo, Dana Mondiego Stevenson, Zachary Fitzwater, Dejon Weeks, Eric Powers, Will Blake, Marshall Free, Jonathan Skibnicki, Abe Troxel, Aaron Walpole, Joe Larvin Alonzo, Eric Hyden, Christian Master, Trey Bartow, Dale Salzman, Alan Cavagnaro, Cody Hagan, Michael James, and Matt Dalio, Joffrey Toussaint, Austin Spencer, Elijah Gordon, and Jesse Turner. I'm not good at multitasking, so I might have screwed that up a little bit. Sorry if I did. Now let's see here. Come on. Try to do it on your... iPhones really aren't good for YouTube. Come on, give me to the points. Okay. Well, let's get this thing started and we'll figure it out. So yeah, I'm going to the video of the last race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series right now trying to get the points, because it's the easiest way to do so. And, come on. Make sure everybody's okay. Here, it looks like everybody is. So hopefully we won't crash on the start like we did in the truck race yesterday. That was quite interesting there. And here we go, and it is Dana on in the number 40. He's not in either. And Abe Troxel is 5 points above the cutoff mark. Nicholas Amadeo is 12 points off the cutoff mark. And Garrett Zenor, he is 26 points off the cutoff mark. So Zenor, Will Blake, Max Neuwirth, Warren Henniger, and Jesse Turner are all sort of pretty safe. Jacob Reed's already in round number 3, so he doesn't have anything to worry about. But Danamon, Alan Cavagnaro, they're kind of close to the line. But Hoffman and Kenyon, they pretty much need to win if they want to make it in. So, yeah. Base car is pulled off, and Stuart Gratton in the number 34 is going to lead us off here at Talladega. So who's it going to be in this wild race? It's always a good one when we come here to Talladega, and we'll see who gets it done here in the 4th ever race at Talladega in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And no crashes on the start. That's good. So Darlin Kenyon, a chase driver, as I said, he pretty much needs to win if he wants to make it into the next round of the chase. And in that number 1, trying to take the lead from Stuart Gratton, you got Warren Henniger, a chase driver up here, trying to move his way up. He's pretty solid on points, but he doesn't have a win. And if you don't have a win, it's a little hard. It's just to feel easy here at Talladega because the positions change so much, and you never know when you're going to crash. And don't tell me we're going to go 5 wide. It almost looked like we're going to go 5 wide there for a moment, but no, we don't, and we are 3 wide. So, yeah. Darlin Kenyon in the 1. Had the lead there, but he is going to lose it to Tyler Selsman in the 78. You've got Mitchell Millian here in the 19, trying to move his way up. And a lot of guys have a good shot at getting their first wins of the season. Like Mitchell Millian, like Cameron Gaju, like Riley White on this inside lane here. Of course, I mentioned in the Hers Elimination Series race yesterday where you just kind of logging laps into the end. You're just preparing for the final lap. You got to be in the right place on the final lap, and if you're in the right place on the final lap, you got a good shot at winning. But at least the first half of the race doesn't have anything to do with the finish, pretty much. I mean, it does, but it's so insignificant that, it just doesn't make any sense. But still, it's a 500-mile race, shortened to 15% of that, of course. That's how we do it here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And, it still means a lot. And here we go. That's not good for Dane Amon. Amon is on the bubble, and we got 2 4 wides. Oh, man. Great job by those guys not crashing. But don't count on them staying that way for too long. They're going 4 wide way, way, way too much here. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Come on. They're going 4 wide in 3 places now. That's Roger Carruth and Max Newirth going 4 wide. And Darlin Kenyon's on the outside here. So if Kenyon crashes here, that's not good at all. We're going to follow it here. All over the place. And Dane Amon's out of the 4 wide, but we still got Jacob Reed in the middle with Warren Henniger, Max Newirth, Roger Carruth behind them. And now Abe Troxel. Abe Troxel does not want to crash. He cannot risk crashing in this race. If he crashed, he's not going to make it into the next round, Abe Troxel. I mean, that's just how it is. And this is amazing, how far we have gone without crashing. But it's not going to stay that way for too long. 4 wide in 3 places. And they're going to file it out. How about that? That is amazing by those guys not to crash, and you got to hand it to them. That is professional driving right there, and great job by those guys not causing a huge wreck that could wipe out a lot of guys' chances. And that's what I mean. It's not like we're racing for the win right now. It's still very early in the race, so you don't want to make a mistake early in the race and it soil your chances of getting a win later on. Cavagnaro won here at Talladega earlier this season, and he's in the chase. He's still in the chase, but he needs a good finish or even a win if he wants to make it in. Dane Amon, another one of those guys, he's outside of the line coming into this race. So is Cavagnaro. They're about 1 point apart. They both have the same situation. You need to get a very, very solid finish or a win. They can get away with a solid finish in this one. Guys like Hoffman and guys like Kenyon, they need to win. And it looks to me like we're going to have the 4 wide party again. This time Roger Carruth's in the middle of it with Michael James, Geoffrey Toussaint, Cody Hagan now. And now Will Blake's 4 wide, Dale Salzman, Tyler Selzman, Aaron Walpole in this 4 wide back in here. The bubble has to blow sometime. And now Jacob Reed and Max Newirth are 4 wide behind them. Eric Powers moving his way underneath of those guys. I am shocked. Just shocked that they've been able to go 4 wide as much as they have in this race and not crash yet. But I'm not sure. They're just coming really close, and there they go! That's Cameron Garlington and Trey Bartow, but they were not going 4 wide. Arca brakes. That's Dejon Weeks and our pole center, Stuart Grattan. Oh, man. 4-car crash. Here we go for the race back to the line. Matt Dallio, Cody Haggins here, and Aaron Walpole in the 55. We'll review the crash after this. See who wins the race back to the line. Looks like Christian Master in the 14 on the inside is going to start first on the restart. Wow. But surprisingly, though, these guys were not going 4 wide when they crashed. Cameron Garlington and Trey Bartow, the only 2 involved, technically. I mean, if you want to think about it here. But look, they're not really going 4 wide. They just close up and into Hayden. They did hit Hayden there. Hayden got some damage. The 42 and the 4, and then Dejon Weeks and Stuart Gratton took a hard hit. And Dejon Weeks, not really doing too good this season. Lowest in points in the part-time championship in this 95, and oh my, it almost looked like they already had some damage from back here. Oh, Skivnicki. Oh yeah, this is what happened. These guys kind of get together somehow. I think when Skivnicki comes in the pit or something. I could be wrong. But they have damage on their cars. Now, it could be the glitch. It could be a glitch. We've experienced the glitch here on the Napa Fan for quite a while here. Dejon Weeks here is going to take a tremendous hit on the number 4, and then Gratton smacks right into him. That's going to end Dejon Weeks' day, and that's probably Stuart Gratton and Trey Bartow. Garlington did not take any damage to the front of his car, so that's good for him. And he might be able to continue, but those other 3 guys, they're going to be out for the rest of the race. And this was the race back to the line. Christian Master won it in the 14. And this is what he did through the tri-oval. That's a good place to make a pass. Here, if you kind of get it on the inside through the tri-oval, you're going to do a good job. And Christian Master, the leader here in the Alabama 500. So we will get to the restart here at Talladega Superspeedway right now. Only unless, of course, we don't crash. And that didn't happen. Or, well, yeah, we crashed. Let's put it that way. And that's Dale Salzman, LJ Mills, Austin Spencer, Joffrey Toussaint, and they pile in back in here. And Abe Troxel and Warren Henniger, 2 chase drivers were involved in that one. Henniger has significant damage on his number 27. But this is a product of Talladega here. I mean, this is not the first time we've seen this before, and they're trying to slow down. They just run right into him. Abe Troxel got some front damage, and you don't want to get front damage. That is not good for the 35. It's not looking too good for Abe Troxel. And Warren Henniger, another chase driver involved as well. Now, he's high in points, but this might not be good. If he has to, retire from the race, you got guys like Cavagnaro and Amon who are still in this thing that can get very solid finishes at the end of this one. And they could surpass guys like Henniger. Guys like Henniger. I don't know who's around Henniger, but, that is a very possible thing that could happen. And, you don't want that to happen. And that's going to knock out Joffrey Toussaint. He's all torn up in his car. You got Diego Stevenson in the 47 torn up. Matt Dalio got a lot of damage from this, and Tyler Salzman did as well. LJ Mills got turned. These guys here got through it pretty good. I think Hayden got some of it, but see everyone coming into the pit road here. They were all involved. That's Henniger. Justin Roberts was involved. Come on. Justin Roberts was involved. Riley White was involved. Abe Troxel, Cameron Gaju, Cameron Garlington was from the first crash. Bartow, that was from the first crash. Salzman was involved. Michael James, Austin Spencer, and Joffrey Toussaint. So now we will get to the restart here at Talladega in the Alabama 500. Okay, here we go for the restart. Christian Master is the leader. Aaron Walpole, Cody Hagan, Raja Karuf, Eric Bowers, Elijah Gordon. The highest chase driver is a guy who needs a good finish. Dana Mon, Tristan Walker, Zachary Fitzwater, L.J. Mills, Jesse Turner, a chase driver, Max Newerf, a chase driver, Joe Larvin Alonso. Jacob Reed's already in round number 2 of the chase, and we have a problem. That's 98 of Marshall Free, and that car is slow. Remember Rockingham a couple days ago. And as long as he stays on the apron, we will not get a caution. We've already restarted here, so we'll see, how this all plays out. But Cavagnaro's here as well, and I didn't get to him. I don't know. And Marshall Free is in the pits, and the struggling season just getting worse for the 98 team. It's kind of hard to see that, but that's how it is. See, how many cars are on the track? 31. So, yeah, we knocked out a lot of guys from that crash. Let's see, guys that are back here that are kind of still in this thing. Abe Troxel is still in it, but you don't want to finish like that. Henniger is out. That's not good for him. That might play a big part into who gets in or not. And got Garlington and Gaju with damage back here, Michael James. Now, a lot of those guys aren't chase drivers. Will Blake's back here, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't involved in that, but he seems to be slowing down in that car. Now, he's decently high in the points. Actually, he's only 3 points ahead of Garrett Sonor. So, yeah, it's just really hard to tell. Darlin Kenyon needs a good finish in this one. We'll see what he can do. He's moving his way up, but this is the main pack, and this is for the lead. Eric Powers is out front, and Max Newworth. He's not locked in, but he's a very solid driver, and he's pretty solid in. Jesse Turner's actually the points leader right now in the 43. So if he didn't make it in, I would be kind of surprised. Yeah, there's no way he can miss it. Because he's already like 43 points, 42 some points ahead of the cutoff line. So he's good. Jesse Turner's good. He's always good. He's one of the best drivers in the history of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, if you really think about it. Him and Henniger are both very solid. Of course, Henniger's knocked out of this one because of that crash, so he had under caution. And that will play a big factor into who makes it in the round number 3. Caleb Hoffman is a chase driver who needs a good finish. So does Darlin Kenyon. And Hoffman's up here in this lead pack, and that's a good place to be. Or should I say, maybe not. Because they're going 4 wide again. That's Hergel, Arvin, Alonso, Max Newworth, but they were able to get out of it pretty easily there, and back to 3 wide. Eric Powers has led a couple laps in a row here, but Christian Master, who started this restart first, moving his way on this inside lane. Dana Mon is going to go to the outside lane. That's going to allow Dean Wickard to get third from him. Oh no, Cavagnaro in the wall hard with Max Newworth, and that's Cody Hagan around. And I did not expect that one at all. Out of nowhere, and Will Blake involved as well. Hard damage on the front of that car. Oh man, You know, we should just name Talladega Arca Brake Central, because that is why we have big crashes. And that came out of the blue. I did not expect that. I didn't see any 4 wide at all. Let's see. I mean, that was just as sudden as it could be. Look at, they're not going 4 wide or any. Oh, actually they are. Sidnor tried to get underneath of Gordon, and Cavagnaro didn't know Gordon was there, and all 3 of those guys go into the wall. But look at Cody Hagan. I mean, Cody Hagan takes one of the most unbelievable rides I've ever seen. Look at where he is here. He gets put down as the cars hit the wall. Eric Kyden hits him, and that spins him around hard into the catch fence, and he's flying. And then Will Blake in the 23. This is huge for him. Look at what happens to him. He comes down and hits Walpole. And he's in the fence as well. And then Spencer Troxel, Salzman with damage. Jacob Reed, Cavagnaro with damage. That is not good for Cavagnaro at all. Max Newworth, I mean, a lot of good chase drivers are involved in this. It's going to be very interesting to see who makes it in the round 3 after all this, but this is what happened again. And you see Garrett Sonor trying to get underneath of Elijah Gordon, and Gordon knows he's there, so Gordon cannot, go down, because he's going to crash if he does so. So he stays where he is, but Cavagnaro does not realize that Elijah Gordon is there, and he comes down trying to block, but he did not do it correctly. Mitchell Millian, Max Newworth, and then, Cody Hagan. You just got to feel for him. He's been having a tough season in that number 48, and it just gets worse. And then, Austin Spencer. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think he took a hard hit in that same spot here earlier this year, but that's bad for Will Blake. That's major right there. He's about 30 points out of the final, out of the elimination zone, but yeah, it's about 30 points in the good, I think. So, but yeah, just a lot of good cards. You got Jacob Breen now. It doesn't mean anything, but still, this is kind of a momentum series. You need good momentum, and that's not going to help him. We'll do one more thing. We'll go on board with Cody Hagan in the 48 and just see what a wild ride he took in this car. And hold on tight. That is unbelievable. And then... Okay, we're not going to be able to see it, but Abe Troxel, now that is not good for Troxel, because with that, he's going to be unable to finish the race, and he's going to probably he's probably going to lose a lot of points, and he's right on the bubble of making it in, and that is not good. It looks like Troxel might get eliminated here. Cavagnaro in the 11, he's able to continue, and that might help him get just enough, but I don't think he will. I mean, I think, if he were to get in, I think it was 6 points out of the, 6 points in the elimination zone, 6 points to the bad, I should say, and right now he's running 23rd in the number 11, about halfway through the field. Quite a few guys have gotten knocked out for damage, and if he can continue, that's going to help him. So yeah, Eric Powers has damage, but I'm pretty sure that it's a glitch for that car. Dana Mon, now this is good for him, and Caleb Hoffman is up here as well. Hoffman needs a good finish. You got Darlin Kenyon trying to move his way up in the number 1. And Nicholas Samadillo, now he's kind of close, but right where he's running right now, he should be pretty good in the number 13 there. So we'll see how it all plays out. We will get to the restart here, and it looks like... Where's Cavagnaro? Looks like Cavagnaro's not on the track anymore. I don't think he is. So Cavagnaro's out. And right now, we only have a small group of cars on the track. We've knocked out a lot of guys. 2 huge crashes in this one, and that's why. And that these are... they mean immense opportunities for guys like Dana Mon and Caleb Hoffman. And also Darlin Kenyon's still in this one as well. Oh, come on. Zachary Fitzwater with engine trouble. But you got Darlin Kenyon. Nicholas Samadillo, it's a good chance for him to keep it in. He's not out. He wasn't out heading into this race, but he's about 15 or so points out, or to the good. It was about 15 points to the good. So, he's right now running 14th because Fitzwater has his problem. And that's it. Considering guys in the chase. Of course, you got Jacob Reed, but he's already won, so it doesn't really mean much. But there's also Garrett Zanor and Jesse Turner here as well. But just considering how many drivers have crashed, I think those... I mean, I know for sure Jesse Turner is good, but I think Garrett Zanor is good. He got a good... He stayed out of those 2 crashes, and the lowest he can finish now is 22nd. Marshall Free back on the racetrack. He's a few laps down. So yeah, let's get to the restart here at Talladega. Back here at Dega, Christian Master is the leader. Eric Powers, Dana Mon, Caleb Hoffman, and Dean Wicker the top 5. And we only have 21 drivers on the racetrack. So it's a big opportunities for the chase for Dana Mon and Caleb Hoffman. And then we got guys like Darlin Kenyon. He's up here as well. He can move his way up in this final green flag stretch. And it is 8 laps to go here at Talladega. So it looked like quite a bit to go, actually. I mean, that's a good amount of this race. You know, we'd still have time for another caution to get back to racing. So that's how much time we have left. But anyway, we only have half of the drivers on the track now because of 2 huge crashes that knocked out a bunch of guys. And it's really interesting to see how this is all going to play out. Eric Powers, with help from Caleb Hoffman, to the lead. Hoffman needs to win, I think, if he wants to make it in. The same goes for the number 1 of Darlin Kenyon. He's trying to move his way on this inside lane, and Dana Mon got shuffled to the high lane. And we're going to have about a 15-car pack because the rest of the guys have too much damage to contend with these guys here. So we'll see how it all plays out. But Eric Powers leads it right now after he pushed Christian Masters to the outside. Hoffman's behind him, Dean Wickard. Mason Powers up here, and we got Garrett Zanor in the 16. LJ Mills is also here as well in the 18. Zanor to the inside of Powers. Doesn't really have any help, though. He's going to get Master to help him here on this inside lane. A couple of NRLOA members. Quite a few guys are NRLOA members here. Caleb Hoffman, who is the leader, he's an NRLOA member. And he is now leading here at Talladega. Dean Wickard on this inside lane, trying to move his way up. I mean, he's been one of the quietest drivers all season. And we really haven't seen him contend for the win at all this whole season. But right now, he's running second here at Talladega. And he's got a good shot at stealing one here today. Garrett Zenor in the 16. I mean, he could probably breathe easy now that the rest of the guys crashed. And he is right now running third. He's going to get passed by Christian Master in the 14. And Master trying to move his way back up. Master has never won in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and he definitely wants to get one done here today at Talladega. Oh, come on. We don't need to be going 4 wide again. We all know that doesn't work. Man, they are really loving that 4 wide today. Ergel Arvin Alonso, now another driver that's had a pretty lousy season. He's up here in second right now in the number 2. Tristan Walker, he won the last restrictor plate track race, and here comes Alonso in the 2 for the lead. And Dana Mon moving his way back up in this 40. All 3 of these guys here were out of the bubble heading into this race, and they're all right now running in the top 10. That is a very good job by those guys who needed to make it in. Alonso doesn't have that much help on the inside, and that's allowing the outside to actually make a push ahead of him. And Master stays out front in the 14. Alonso's still in second, as LJ Mills behind him here. We got the 17 in this mix as well. That's our past champion, Roger Karoof. Hasn't won a race yet this season, but he's trying to get one here at Talladega. Can't quite get up there, and that's Jesse Turner in the 43. Mr. Solid, I should say. He's only won 1 race this season, but he's been a very solid driver and doing a good job in this chase. He's definitely a very good championship contender, and he's got a good shot at winning it all when we get to Homestead. He's probably going to be one of those Final 4. I'd be surprised if he wasn't. He was part of the Final 4 last season as well. But LJ Mills in the 18. He's going to take second from Alonso. Alonso's going to fall back. And this pack, it's spreading out, which is very interesting. We usually don't see packs spread out the way we're seeing this one spread out. And we usually don't see one driver stay in the lead that often. That's how many drivers have gotten eliminated in this one. And right now, Christian Master is the leader, but now Hoffman's going to finally strike. And Caleb Hoffman, who was next to last in points heading into this race, if he could win, he's in round number 3 of the chase no matter what. Even if he doesn't have enough points to make it into the top 8, he'd still be in because he won a race. But how about Mason Powers? He's never won a race on Napa Fan before, and he's right behind Hoffman, ready to strike. But how about this 16? He was 2 laps down in Rockingham a couple days ago, and it looked like his chase chances were slimming down a lot. But he came in 6th in the points, and right now he's running second. And with that finish, he'd definitely make it in to the next round of the chase. He's a good contender to win this thing, as we're coming to the white flag here in the Alabama 500. Caleb Hoffman in the 15. I mean, if I were Zenor, I'd just let him win. We're both NRLOA members, but you know what? I want to win anyway. So there goes Zenor underneath of Hoffman with help from Dean Wickard and Roger Karoof on this inside lane. And that isn't good for Hoffman. Hoffman needed to win this thing. He still has a good shot to get a good finish, but we'll see how the points go at the end. Garrett Zenor trying to win his 3rd race of the season and get him to the chase the hard way. Or the easy way. Or the medium way, I don't know. But he's trying to get in the chase by winning. And right now he's leading, coming to the checkered flag. And how about this? Roush Fenway's Garrett Zenor wins the Alabama 500. He's in round number 3 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series chase. Good race for Garrett Zenor, and that is a really hard-earned win for the number 16, and he is a very good contender for this championship, and good race. I really enjoyed it. good to see guys like Garrett Jallarv and Alonso get good finishes. But something that's going to be interesting here, we got Darlin Kenyon. He was last in points. He finished 4th, the second highest chase driver in this race. But Hoffman here, he was leading at the white flag. He fell back to 13th. Dana Mon's 9th. And it's just going to be very interesting. But we know for sure that Garrett Sonor's in. And we know for sure that Jacob Reed's in. But who else is going to be in round number 3 of the chase? You will find out right after this video. I will walk you through who makes it in. So those are the official standings right there. Garrett Sonor, the winner of the Alabama 500. We've only had 14 different winners this season. And that's quite amazing because we have 46 different drivers that race in this series, and only 14 of them have won so far this season. Considering that we've already done 22 races, that is a very hard thing to believe, but a lot of guys are winning 2 races here, and Garrett Sonor just got his third win of the season, and driver who did that last year was Roger Carruth, driving for Roush Fenway Racing. He did the same thing. He was the only driver to win 3 races last season, and he won the championship. So Sid Noor is definitely a good contender. Jesse Turner is definitely a good contender, and Jacob Reed's a good contender. I know for sure that those 3 guys are in, but I'm not sure about the rest of them. There are the rest of the results, by the way. Now, lowest chase driver was Warren Henniger. Will Blake finished 30th. It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be close, so stick around. Here are the points for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. I will walk you through who makes it in to round number 3. So here it is. Who's going to make it in the round number 3 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series chase? You find out now. Well, here it is, and everybody above the second black line, everybody above Darlin Kenyon, is in round number 3 of the chase. Dana Mon got in after a pretty close call there. He got a really good run there. Nicholas Amadio is in. Warren Henniger is in. Will Blake is in. Max Newworth is in. Jesse Turner is in. Jacob Reed and Garrett Sonor. So those are the drivers making it into round number 3, and half of those guys will race for a championship at Homestead. And the drivers eliminated, unfortunately, Darlin Kenyon, Alan Cavagnaro, Abe Troxel, and Caleb Hoffman. Abe Troxel was in the good coming into this race, but barely, and he crashed in this race, and that unfortunately put him back to 11th place in the points, so he's not going to advance. And Caleb Hoffman, if he came close to winning this race, he really did. If he won, he would have been in, but got passed by Garrett Sonor there at the end, and he's going to finish last in points for this round, and he will be eliminated from championship contention. Cavagnaro just didn't have it during the chase. He barely made it in the round 2, and I mean, he won that race at Talladega, but he was kind of mediocre all season long, and it just didn't see a championship car in that number 11. On the one of Darlin Kenyon, he came close. He got a very good finish here at Talladega, but it wasn't enough after getting only 13 points the first 2 races of the chase. Dana Mon actually got in round number 3 by a good amount of points there, and did a good job making sure he got in, good finish, and he will still be able to contend for a championship. So yeah, Garrett Sonor, Jacob Reed, Jesse Turner, Max Newworth, Will Blake, Warren Henniger, Nicholas Amadio, and Dana Mon are all still in for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series chase. So thank you guys very much for watching, and congratulations to guys who made it in. And yeah, that's it. So here are the updated points in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. I will see you guys later.